Hey folks, this is Mark with Mark's Weekly Brief. Mark Divine, that is. I've been on a roll here talking about more of a spiritual way of thinking and looking at the world in the last few briefs. And I want to continue that because it's really fun. It's one of my passions. And I'm a lifetime meditator and martial artist and yogi, as well as a Navy SEAL. So I'm really fascinated with the evolution of consciousness. And my mission with Unbeatable Mind is to train and inspire 100 million to the path of Unbeatable Mind, which is inclusive of spiritual development. So we develop along 5 capacities or 5 domains: physical, mental, emotional, intuitional, and spiritual. And ultimately, if you really understand where we're going with the spiritual, it's basically to live as a whole person, whole mind, and to recognize the true nature of who you are. And that then informs and makes all those other domains better. You become more physically healthy and fit and emotionally strong and aware and mentally clear-headed and a better decision maker and intuitively inspired. So all those things come together when you can begin to connect to your awakened awareness, your witnessing self, or that higher mind, the sort or seat of your will and your I guess you'd call it your dharma or calling, right? So that you're really aligned. And so we can start to, when we start to look at our life that way, then it helps us to do what I call thinking about our thinking. And there's a few ways that we do that, or that I like to teach, and that's also coming at it from different perspectives. One is to actually think about our rational thinking. And we call that like metacognition. This is where from the perspective of your rational mind, you're going to examine the quality of your thoughts. And education is a good way to do this. Recapitulation, where you examine how your thoughts and decisions played out, and then you get feedback and you learn from that. That's a great one. Getting coaching or direct feedback from a coach or a mentor is another great one. I guess that's the role of parenting initially. But then as adults, we need the same thing. You need feedback. Say, how does that working out? What's the quality of my thinking? How are the questions that I'm asking working out for me? And then you learn to ask better questions, and you come up with better answers. But also, we want to, beyond that metacognition, which is from the rational mind, we want to expand and open up into our I'd say right brain / intuitive or witnessing mind, and begin to watch our thinking from that perspective. And this is the realm of what mindfulness practice does for us, because mindfulness can come from 2 perspectives. One is rationally thinking about or watching or just being mindful of our thoughts and emotions. And the other is to connect to your awakened awareness or witnessing self, and to begin to observe the totality of the way that your rational mind and egoic structures are operating. So then you can begin to eradicate negative tendencies to allow your more positive qualities to flourish. So that is a really powerful way of thinking about your thinking, but more from the spiritual perspective. So you have this concept both from the temporal or relative perspective, but also the spiritual perspective. And if you do both simultaneously as part of your practice, then you tend to integrate faster and have an easier go at it, essentially, because you're taking an integrated approach to growth. There you have it. Hope that's helpful. This is Mark Divine. This is my weekly brief. And I try to keep these short and right to the point for something that's really important, at least to me. And I hope it's interesting to you. All right, stay focused. See you next time. Hooyah.